Hey guys, and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Patch 1.1 has just been released on the PTU, or the Public Test Universe. So anyone that wants to get that out can jump in. I thought I'd do an episode, though, of explaining what was in 1.1, what it adds, what it changes, and all that sort of jazz, because it's quite a lot, it's a big update. REC, or the Rental Equipment Credit System, has been implemented. This enables you to earn REC while in games of Arena Commander to rent equipment out for Arena Commander and your sim pod. These items are just rented for a limited time and are not for use in the persistent universe. The system allows you to test out new ships and equipment and makes Arena Commander a lot more addictive. They're adding a Voyager rental section on the RSI website too, next to the Voyager Direct Store for all your spending REC needs. This is actually quite a big change the way the Star Citizen works at the moment, because people are no longer required to spend money to test out the new stuff. They can just use the REC. They can earn it in-game, and it's going to make a lot of people play a lot more now and test out a lot of more equipment. The Gladius is also flight ready. This kick-ass looking dogfighter is now good to go and fly around in Arena Commander. Boasting 2 engines and a agile yet rugged design, she could be a force to be reckoned with, both to Vandal and players alike. We haven't seen how she actually performs against Super Hornets and that sort of stuff yet, so I'm hoping that there's a good fight that's going to occur. I'm hoping that she possibly even becomes the new crowd favourite. We'll have to wait and see. The new damage states are also premiering on the Gladius too. They've added a new framework for the way they do damage states, and the Gladius is the first ship to fully use it. Ballistic weapons have their own loadouts now too, so the ammunition will already be loaded in when they're attached. It's a nice time-saving tweak on the holotable. Another big addition, free flight multiplayer has been added. Woo! Now you can mess around with your friends in free flight mode and get some amazing looking screenshots and videos. They've also added to free flight mode assisted and auto landing modes to help you land on things like asteroids, flat things, like landing pads as well. Landing pads, there's more of them now in free flight. I like the fact that landing is now a thing, and I think they're prepping us for having to land properly into hangars. I really like this. I'm liking where this is going. There's a good few UI additions. Standard Vandal will have ID numbers next to their names. There's an altimeter, so you can see the distance of objects are near you in the landing assisted modes. There's going to be REC on the scoreboards too. They've added sim pods to hangars, which replace the old Arena Commander interface from ships. You can still get Arena Commander via the sim pod or the escape menu now. There's a good few gameplay changes as well. Too much friendly fire over a short period of time will get you kicked. Comm stab is less aggressive in slowing you down. The scoreboard is now bound to the tab key. This is actually quite a big one for me. The amount of times I press tab to try and get a scoreboard up and start free looking. Free looking is now bound to control tab. You can crouch with control now as well. The way G-Safe works has been changed too, so it does fly a little bit differently. Gimbals also work differently. They allow a size smaller of weapon to be mounted on a particular mount. So what I mean by that is, if you've got a size 3 slot, you could put a fixed mount there, and it would be size 3. You'd be able to use a size 3 weapon there. But if you put a gimbaled mount on there, it would be a size 2 weapon would be the maximum size of weapon you'd be allowed to use. The 350R finally has its missing engine / damaged components fix now. So it used to spawn with all these damaged parts, sometimes missing parts. That has been fixed. Woo! Backwards helmet has also been fixed. Boo! I liked spawning in having a backwards helmet. There've been a good few little other minor tweaks and fixes too, like reducing the ship shaking and loads of improvements to the holotable too. This is actually a pretty huge update with a load of new features. With the gimbal nerf, we're likely to see people prefer other ships now over Super Hornets possibly. How will the Super Hornets perform? Will the Gladius or the Aurora LN now just kick their butt? Well, I suppose that's kind of up to you guys. See what you like. You've got the REC system now. You can actually try out all of this stuff as well. I was thinking, even previous to this patch, that the Super Hornets were quite overpriced for what they were, and starting to prefer the Aurora LN because it's just really good. Surprisingly awesome, that ship. We will have an in-depth article about REC and suggestions for what equipment to use and to try up very soon, possibly even like a tasting guide for weapons. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really does help me. I will see you in the verse. I'm off to AnimeCon now, and I will see you on Saturday for the news.